first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this plastic engine cover. Oh, there we go. We've got it going. I can't reach that other side. Got it. Success. Next, we're just going to remove this little bracket here that stops us getting to the oil filter, which is just underneath. I'm going to use a ratchet with a Torx 30 bit for this. I do feel the pressure to not drop it, because if I drop this, I don't know where it's going to end up. There we go. And then hopefully this will just release and we'll be able to pop it just to one side. And then nice clear access to the oil filter that I keep nearly calling fuel filter. Right, before we drain any of the old oil, we're just going to crack off the oil filter just to check that we can undo it. For this bit, you're going to need a 32mm socket. There we go.
Is it a bit tight?
Maybe a little bit tight. Felt a little bit dodgy. We'll go with that. So for any other Skoda Yeti, chances are you're still going to have the plastic belly pan. So at this point, you're going to want to be removing that. But we've got this Darkside sump guard, so for us it's slightly different. And we're hoping if we remove this little flap here, it should give us access to the sump plug. At this point, this little flapper here has just given us perfect access to the sump plug. Right, next we're just going to crack off the sump bolt. For this we're using a 19mm spanner that's slightly muddy from Muddy Weekender last year, but hey ho, that's another story.
Obviously Alana in all the flattering angles.
There we go. Oh. I definitely didn't just swear.
Where do you rate that in terms of pulling the sump plug out?
Well, the thing is, I didn't get as plastered as what you do, but I definitely had the oil pan in the complete wrong place. While the oil is draining, we're going to remove the oil filter. Oh, there we go. Oh. Little bit of jiggery pokery, and then we'll pop that. Can I put that in there?
Yeah,
because we'll clean it off anyway. We're just going to pop the old oil filter out of this housing. Oh God, I've covered myself in oil. Jesus, she's untied. Right, after quite a fight, oil filter is out. Definitely didn't take two people, but you know. Oh, I look like a right hoodie, I've just realised, don't I? Next, we're going to be removing the three little rubber like O-rings that are on here. There's one just up here, and then there's two small ones at the bottom. So to start with, let's see if we can get the small ones removed. We'll keep a bit of a mental note of where this top one actually does go as well, because it doesn't sit right at the very top of the cap, it sits just inside. Yeah, it sits inside. There's like a flat plastic, well the whole thing's plastic. This little flat recess just here, about third nugger down. But yeah, that one's off as well. Let's give this a good clean up. Right, that's that, I'd say, relatively clean. We'll get the new one chucked in. Now the oil filter canister is nice and clean, we'll get the O-rings
just make sure if you get an oil filter that you have got three O-rings. 3
O-rings before you actually remove the old ones, because otherwise, that would not be ideal.
One big, one medium,
one big,
one small.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, I'm going to pop the big one in first. I wouldn't use a screwdriver at this point if you can help it, just because you don't want to nick the O-ring going in. Plus, they're easy enough to just roll into place. And just remember, it goes in the flat recess just there. You probably can't even see that, but just there. That's that one on. I didn't think that would be the most fiddly bit of the entire job. Oh, hey, it's going, it's going. It's going, hey. She's on. Nicely done.
Then just give it a quick turn to make sure it's not rolled or anything like that. Same with this one.
Next, we're just going to get the oil filter popped into the little canister. Hopefully it's going to go in easier than it came out.
One of the things that Alana noticed, that it does say top on it.
It does actually say top on it, there we go. And it pops in with a nice little click. We're just now going to get some fresh oil and just smear a little bit around the O-rings on here. Let's get the oil filter back into its little hidey hole in here. I just know this is going to be a great fun. There we go. Just have to go in at a bit of an angle, I believe. There we go, and she's in. Next thing, that's somewhat hand tight. We're now just going to torque it up. Handily, it actually says on the cap that it needs to be 25 Newton meters. All cars need to do that. Okay, fair enough. My hand tight is 25 Newton meters then. Get the new sump plug in place. We'll go with that for now, and then I'll give it a brake cleaner. So that's nice and tight, and we'll just give it a good clean around the area at this point. Right, with a bit of trusty old Googling, Scott has come up with this sump bolt needs to be torqued to 30 Newton meters, which I'm going to do now. One thing we did forget to mention though is when you do this, you are going to need a new crush washer at this before you put the bolt back in. We've gone the whole hog, we've got a new bolt and washer, but yeah, that's critical for this to stop any oil leaking out. There we go, spot on.
Nice.
Now everything's back in place, we'll pop this little bracket doodah back where it came from and not drop the little screw in the process, hopefully. We're going to be using this Castrol edge oil. This one is suitable for a car with a DPF, which this car does have as well. I was looking at these thinking, what the bloody hell are they? That's what this poppers into.
Ah.
Do you see it? Because look, those things go into these.
Every day's a learning day.
I didn't twig quite how it works. It does fascinate me, and this is a bit stupid, but literally are you filming me while I'm talking?
No, of course not.
But no, it's how almost engineered this literal bit of foam is, that everything has its little, little place.
Everything in its place, and everything has its place, or
Very
something like
much
that.
So. Right, on that note,
let's put the beauty cover back on.
Let's get this back on.
Because Alana don't like the look of it being naked.
No one wants to be naked.
Look at that, all pretty again.
It goes on much easier than it comes off.
Right, seeing as we've done all the other bits and pieces, we're just coming back. Ooh. Hopefully the oil's all filtered down. We put about 4 litres in total, roughly, give or take. So just going to dip it, see where it's at.
Does anybody else count elephants when they put the oil, the dipstick back in? Because
How many elephants?
I go 5 elephants, but I've just got distracted, so it's a few more elephants this time. Dear.
And
yeah, we've got oil.
I know this GoPro's not got a feature on it, but just trust us.
There is definitely oil on that dipstick.
There is oil in the engine. But obviously that's not going to be the finish level, because obviously you've got to start it up, let it go through the engine, let the filter absorb some, so obviously they're probably going to need a little top up at the end.